Welcome to VSB News Online for Wednesday, August 5th. I'm Peter Kitzel. BPSU President Jason Hayward called on government today to require the private sector to pay its fair share of taxes in a shared sacrifice, instead of casting its eyes on reductions in the public service. Without the civil service, he says, the country simply cannot function, and public service employees were taxpayers too. The BPSU pointed out Mr. Hayward was the union that came up with the idea of the furlough and cost-saving initiatives that saved the government a significant amount of money. And it was the public service unions who suggested expenditure reductions of $65 million. He vowed to defend his members against unwarranted attacks on their livelihood. Just what particular issues spurred the statement by Mr. Hayward is not explained. 400 state-of-the-art rifles belonging to the British Army were donated today to the Bermuda Regiment, free of charge. The weaponry, valued at $1.4 million, came as a gift from the UK Ministry of Defence. Equipped with high-tech optical gun sights used in combat in Afghanistan, the rifles will replace the regiment's aging Ruger Mini 14Ss, which date back 40 years. Lieutenant Colonel Michael Foster Brown, commanding officer of the Bermuda Regiment, could not be more pleased with the gift.
I'm holding here an SA-80, which are the new weapons that were very kindly gifted us by the British Army, which arrived yesterday. And they're a modern bullpup design 5.56, like our old and very aged Mini Rugers. And we're thrilled to get them because it's a modern weapon for a modern regiment, and it's going to be more accurate. And the great thing is to get the optical sight, because this is the first time that the regiment will have had these. And those that join recruit camp in January next year will have a chance to use these. And the aim is that we will gradually phase out the Mini Rugers, and we have 400 of these. So everyone in the regiment will either be equipped with an SA-80 or the Heckler & Koch G36, which is a modern weapon as well, but we only have those in very limited quantities. So we're thrilled with the arrival of the weapons. It's going to enhance our capability, and we're very grateful for the generous gifting, which actually, if we were to buy these, would cost us over $1.4 million. So it's a very generous gift indeed.
It was not long ago that Martha Dismont, director of the Family Center, was warning Bermuda of the potential impact on children of inappropriate footage being captured on social media. Now the community has been exposed to the video of another explicit sexual encounter, this time at Cup Match. Mrs. Dismont was prepared to answer questions from Brian Darby.
God forbid that we become like other countries where they have blackmail and suicide and other things to worry about. We should be concerned as you are, because you warned us about this. It's coming to force. What do we do?
Well, as you say, we need to strengthen our social environment so that we don't get to a point of where other countries have had all sorts of very traumatic situations and tragedies take place, whether it's suicide or anything like that. The key for us as a country is to improve our quality of life, our emotional well-being, good parenting, encourage children to want to be educated, encourage children to follow their passion, encourage children to use social media in a positive manner to communicate with their parents. It may not be the sexiest thing in the world, but at the end of the day, using social media negatively is very, very, very dangerous. And we must think about the lives of those involved, because once the situation is over, there is a lot of damage to fix. And so we have to think about the trauma that has occurred with these individuals and not dwell on it and try to find more ways to capture negative behavior. We are a beautiful Bermuda, and we need to find ways to accentuate that and to consider that and to be proactive with our children. And I know there are a lot of parents working very hard to do that. And I do know that in the background, that families of some of these situations are trying very hard to instill a stronger relationship with their children and to keep those children on a track of resilience. So we don't want to see more of this circulation of inappropriate behavior. I want to see circulation of good things going on, and our young people have got to step in line with this and understand that this is about a healthier emotional society. And if they need the assistance, if their parents need the assistance, get the help to figure out how to be more emotionally healthy as a society. That's what we need right now.
The threat to the safety of Bermuda's endangered turtles from irresponsible boaters has caused the Department of Conservation Services to issue a statement.
In response to the recent incident at Clearwater Beach over the cup match period, the Department of Conservation Services would like to clarify that all marine turtles around Bermuda are protected under the Protected Species Act and the Fisheries Act, regardless of location. Boats are restricted from going on Clearwater Beach, Turtle Beach and Long Bay at Cooper's Island under the Marine Board Prohibited Areas notices. The no-go areas have been set aside for the protection of the public using the beaches in the area and to protect the sensitive habitats on the adjacent islands. Unfortunately, signs posted in these areas are consistently destroyed by storm surge in the high-energy areas. Similarly, under the National Parks Act, the Parks Department can prevent boats from entering certain bays within national parks, such as Clarence Cove at Admiralty House Park, Shelley Bay Park, Whalebone Bay, Ferry Point Park, and the South Shore Park bays, which include Warwick Long Bay through to Horseshoe Bay. Dr. Sarah Manuel, the Senior Marine Conservation Officer, said the marine and port's no-wake or 5-knot zones provide some protection for turtles, at least from collisions, because boaters are supposed to go slowly in these inshore areas. There are many green turtles around Clearwater Beach, Rocky Hole, Turtle Bay, and Long Bay, and because boats are not permitted in these areas, it does add another layer of protection for the turtles feeding on the seagrass off the beaches. Brian Darby reporting for VSB News.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
It is not just the adult members of Bermuda society who need to have their privacy protected, according to Nancy Valesky, Director of Privacy and Data Protection. In the second part of our interview with her, she highlights the needs of international companies and children.
Privacy is very important to many jurisdictions, so much so, in fact, that they are prohibiting the transfer of their citizens' personal information, a jurisdiction such as the European Union does, unless they feel that the jurisdiction that the information is being sent to has adequate privacy protection. So one of the things we've done is develop the draft model in such a way that we can make an application to be considered an adequate jurisdiction. It's really important for international business in Bermuda that has companies that have offices, clients, and customers in the European Union to be able to share data and have it free flow between Europe and Bermuda. And it's important for Bermuda to be known as a trusted jurisdiction that takes the protection of personal information very seriously. So PIPA is most importantly there to protect individuals' personal information and privacy rights, but is also of real benefit to Bermuda and supporting its economic interests as well.
Brings us up to the level of the other civilized nations.
Correct. And one of the other things that, because that PIPA covers as well, because we live in the digital age and we sometimes do not know what happens to our personal information as it goes into cyberspace. So these laws are very important, these types of laws. And in addition, children are most vulnerable. So one of the sections in PIPA deals with a requirement that if organizations wish to collect or use personal information of children, they require the consent or permission of the parent or guardian.
Music lovers are in for a rare treat Sunday night at the St. Paul AME Church. Max Kenworthy, organist and director of music at St. Wilfrid's Church, Haywards Heath in the UK, is giving a free recital. Max will take time out from his Bermuda holiday to play the organ, and is expected to be in the audience is Max's father-in-law, the Governor George Ferguson. Charles Webb asked the renowned organist, what can his Bermuda audience anticipate on Sunday?
They can anticipate hearing a lot of noise from this magnificent organ that I'm fortunate enough to be allowed to play, and I'm very much looking forward to playing a wide variety of pieces.
For example?
For example, the magnificent Toccata and Fugue in D minor by J.S. Bach. I'm going to open my concert with that, and I'm going to finish with another very famous toccata, the Vidor Toccata in F, which is most commonly heard at weddings.
Tell me about yourself and your organ career in brief form.
In brief form, well, it all stems from when I was a chorister when I was a little boy. When I was 8, I went off to be a chorister at St Paul's Cathedral in London, and really my love of choral music and organ music comes from that, and I've been singing and playing the organ all my life.
Now, you mentioned choristers, and we just started a group of choristers down at Her Majesty's Chapel in St George's, St Peter's. What would we need to do to start that in our major Anglican cathedral?
Get children involved, that's the main thing, and make sure that they have fun singing, and it will rise from that.
Now, in your musical career, have you been involved in training choristers?
I have, very much so. I've worked in a few parish churches in the UK, and I also worked at Wellington Cathedral in New Zealand, and part of my job there was to train the young choristers about theory of music and how to read music and how to sing music. So that's a big part of any cathedral musician's job, is to train the young people how to sing.
Now, in an island where a lot of emphasis placed on reggae and that sort of stuff, do you think we'd be able to get those tiny voices that are required for choristers?
I'm sure everybody's got a big voice inside them.
Now, given that this is an AME church, will you sort of sneak a spiritual in there somewhere?
Oh, I might do, if you're lucky. We'll have to wait and see.
The free concert is at 6 p.m. Sunday at the St. Paul AME Church on Court and Victoria Streets. A whole new genre of therapy could soon open up in Bermuda if gifted local dancer Shadrina Hassel fulfills her dream of bringing a master's degree in dance movement therapy back to the island from Drexel University. The recipient of funding from the National Dance Foundation and the Blackie Talbot Foundation, she leaves next week for the USA. Still a little short on funds, but long on ambition.
Dance movement therapy is very new to the island of Bermuda. It's actually very new within the United States as well. There aren't many dance movement therapists there as well, so it's a very new profession in a sense. Dance movement therapy provides a different perspective of helping persons to achieve goals, therapeutic goals, whether it's to bring forth unconscious thoughts and feelings to self, to create coping skills, or to maneuver within the environment more effectively and efficiently during daily living. And so we just use movement as a method to help people to verbalize or to just create a better connection with the mind and body.
Something wonderful about the fact the arts can be used to help people.
Yes.
Dance, music, things like this, and you've chosen dance. It's not just Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, is it? It's general lifestyle.
No, it's not just Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. We actually can do dance movement therapy with various populations. I actually have a little bit of experience with children with ADHD and conduct disorder, as well as oppositional defiance disorder. You can work with people with cancer, like cancer patients at the hospitals. You can work in the school setting with children who not only have behavioral issues, may have other intellectual disabilities, physical disabilities. So it's a wide population that we can work with and assist through movement.
Have you already started?
Yes, I have. I actually had a little bit of experience at a partial hospital within Philadelphia. It's called Stepping Stones, and that was a really great way to learn how to work with children. I had experience doing individual sessions as well as group sessions, and it wasn't only just dance, but we also used what we call dance play as well. So through playing with the children, we can analyze their movement qualities and help to expand their movement repertoire, which then expands their coping skills.
Anyone who would like to join the Dance Foundation and the Blackie Talbot Foundation in helping Shadrina in her endeavor can reach her via smhassel@gmail.com. And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the Sports Desk.
Has sent out a statement to the media, and it states, "It is with the utmost regret that Bailey's Bay Cricket Club would like to inform its followers that they have withdrawn from any further participation in the Eastern County Cricket Association's competition indefinitely." The statement goes on to say the actions of the association's members and executive have left us with no option but to remove our club from the association and its competition. We would like to apologize to our many fans and supporters. Words cannot describe the terrible injustice our fans had to endure at the last Eastern County Cricket Association match held on July 18th. The behavior displayed and ultimately allowed by some senior Eastern County Cricket Association executives has cast a shadow of the classic match our county communities so dearly look forward to every year. For those, our fans, that had the unfortunate displeasure of having to witness that match on the 18th or may have purchased a spot for the next games, we would strongly encourage you to seek a refund for the remaining 2 matches. No longer can we sit idle by and watch by any means necessary win at all cost mentality be allowed to destroy the integrity of the game, bringing it into disrepute and tarnishing years of Eastern County history. As long as the current Eastern County executive refuse to acknowledge and correct these issues, Bailey's Bay Cricket Club will withdraw its team from the competition. Bailey's Bay will continue to uphold the highest standards of behavior and quality cricket and will actively pursue creative ways to raise the standard of cricket in Bermuda. We will stand strong for what is right for our beloved fans, family, and community at large." End quote. Dominique Mayo competed in the first ever Nittany Stage cycle race that had over 200 confirmed participants. The Nittany Stage race saw Mayo compete in the men's professional 1-2 division that featured 33 competitors. Mayo finished 23rd in a time of 5:33:37.4, with his ride with Randall teammate Casey Roth finishing 24th in a time of 5:33:37.9. Kamiko Smith played in the opening round of the Mediterranean Tour, shooting a 3-under par 68 to end the day tied second along with 5 other golfers. Playing at the Diamondback Golf Club, Richmond Hill, Ontario, Smith was 1 shot behind leader Zach Kemper, who shot a 4-under par 67. Smith recovered from an opening hole bogey to finish with his round with 4 birdies and 13 pars. With the Keystone State Basketball Skills Camp now complete, Bermuda's youth girls national basketball team took to the courts versus the likes of Pope John 23rd from New Jersey and Mifflin City from Pennsylvania in the team tournament. The first game against Pope John saw the girls start off slow, having had 2 days off from competition. However, it wasn't long before co-captain Anna Gitlin took charge. After opening up with a few easy buckets, Bermuda went on to go to the victory 27-14. The second game saw Bermuda take on Mifflin, multiple players getting quality minutes. In the end, Bermuda pulled off yet another victory 44-28. Summersfield student and YAO baseball player Sam Risnick is living a part of his dream as he is taking part in the baseball program at the IMG Baseball Academy. The first week of the program focused on building baseball skills, mental conditioning, and weight training. In his first game, Resnick got the start on the mound for his team, pitching 2 innings, striking out 3, walking 1, and giving up 3 hits and 1 run on 22 pitches. At the plate, Resnick went 3 for 3, driving in 2 runs for his team. In the second game, playing short and third base, Resnick had 3 putouts while hitting the ball hard, but was 0-2 on the day. In the third game, Resnick got the start again. In a rain-shortened game, Resnick pitched 2 innings, striking out 2, walking 2, gave up 2 runs on 1 hit. At the plate, he had 1 RBI. The Bermuda Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation's annual Night of Champions is set to take place at the Ruth Seton James Auditorium on August 15th. Prejudging gets underway at 10 a.m., with the main event beginning at 7 p.m. Tickets are available from Seaview Ultimate Fitness Club, Evolution Health and Fitness Center, Magnum Power Force Gym, Sports R Us, and Positive Results. I'm Earl Baisden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Thursday, August 5th, there will be sunny periods with a few showers and a risk of thunderstorms. Winds will be south-southwesterly, light to moderate, veering southwesterly by noon, becoming variable light overnight. We are expecting a high near 86 Fahrenheit and a low near 77 Fahrenheit. This weather report is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thank you for watching VSB News Online for Wednesday, August 5th. I'm Peter Kitzel.